Hello to everyone. Did I made a mistake for my South American trip with this Honda XRE 300? Would I have been much better with my Tenere? In this video, I'm gonna tell you the answers. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with me. Alright, let me show you where I am. I am in Ecuador. Just entered. Fantastic country, by the way. Very green, very clean. It looks like local people are hard-working people. I haven't seen any garbage yet, and honestly, I was nicely surprised to see this clean country, especially after Peru. The last 2 days that I spent on the west coast of Peru, man, it was not what I thought. Anyway, back to the questions. To the questions actually, because I have two. Did I made a mistake with this Honda XRE 300? If you remember, before the trip, just when I started the trip, I made a video that I told you that this is probably the best motorcycle to explore South America. And I got one comment from a person who said, how the hell I know if I did not rode South America yet? And it was a fair question, but now I have almost 30,000 kilometers on this motorcycle, riding in every possible country in South America, except Uruguay, because I was not let to go into the country because of the insurance. Anyway, this is a different story. So after I rode it in every country, every possible country in South America, and every possible terrain, now I think that I can share my experience with the model. Straight to the second question, would I have been much better with the Tenere 700? Hell yes. These motorcycles cannot be compared. Everything that I did with this motorcycle, I can do it with the Tenere much easier and with way more pleasure. But there is one big but that always exists. With the Tenere, I can have, or I will have, a few very important issues. Very first is spare parts. The Tenere is a strong machine, but sooner or later it will need some spare parts, and it is very difficult to get it here because this model is not very popular. Spare parts is the first problem. The second big problem are the tires. Very difficult to find a specific tires for long or for big motorcycles like a Tenere. With these Hondas, with this 120 rear tire, hold on for a while. Look at this guy, local guy. Buenos días. Todo bien, todo bien. Todo bien, no problemas. Gracias. Gracias. Local people always very helpful, always stop to ask, is there any problem and stuff like that. So with this Honda, the rear tire is 120. You can find it everywhere and the prices are cheap. With the Tenere, this size 150, it's almost impossible to find here, and when you find it, they are very expensive. These are the main issues. I'm not even going to talk about the shipping cost and all that stuff because I covered it in the previous videos. But with this Honda, man, it just did everything that we need. Everything, basically everything. Yeah, it has some small issues like leaking forks. Here, as you can see, I have this glove now to protect it. It has some small technical issues, but in common, in such a long journey, on such a different terrains and a lot of potholes and the mud in Trans-Amazonica and road terrains, basically everything, this little Honda survived. Yeah, the maximum speed is like 110 kilometers per hour maximum, but I never needed to ride more because of the difficult terrains that we encounter every single day, and especially around the mountains, the power is more than enough. The suspension is not what I really need, but it works well. So I can tell you for sure that this model XRE 300 that is made in Brazil specifically for a South American market, in my opinion, it is stronger and it is better handled than the European CRF 300. This is just my opinion. I might be wrong, but I rode CRF 300 and I rode this for 30,000 kilometers, and I can tell you that this is a tougher machine. So it works almost perfect in 95% on the situations. Yes, with the Tenere I can do much better and much easier, especially on the bumpy roads. When on the Tenere I have a good suspension and stuff like that. But I don't think that I made a mistake, and this is the perfect probably option to explore South America. And the best of everything is that you can buy them in a normal price between $3,000 and $4,000, do the whole trip, and then resell it after that with a minimum loss. With the Tenere, if you want to buy a Tenere here, it will cost you a lot of money. If you want to bring your Tenere here, again a lot of money. And as I already mentioned, spare parts and tires are a problem. Even if you have money, are a problem. For tires, maybe you have to order it in advance. I mean, at least 1 or 2 months in advance. And you never know when exactly you're gonna get it. But if you have, for example, if you cut a tire, then you will be totally lost. Front is not a problem. Front you can use any tire, but the rear, it's a problem. And the same for the spare parts. So to answer clearly your question, did I made a mistake with this Honda XRE 300? Absolutely not. Once again, very special thanks to Thomas to let me ride his motorcycle here around South America. Very special thanks to everyone who supported my trip, to all of my followers, subscribers, Patreons, channel members, everyone, to my sponsors, of course, to all of this. So now I have left only around 1,500 kilometers back to Colombia, and I hope that the motorcycle will last, and I'm sure that it will last. So yes, I did not make any mistake, and yes, I would have been here much better with the Tenere, but not this time, maybe not in this life. I hope that this information will help to at least one person to make the right choice, to have the right motorcycle and complete its dream trip as me and Plamen did it. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in the next video. Ciao.